Hi everyone, it's Sherry. I hope that you're having a wonderful day. In case you didn't know, stay tuned. Welcome to my channel and welcome to all of my new subscribers and to all of my new friends. Welcome back to all of my longtime subscribers and longtime friends. Thank you guys so much for the awesome way that you are supporting my videos. Here's another way that you can really help to support my videos. If you click on it, please make sure that you watch it until the end, or you watch at least 70 to 80% of it. And by doing that, I promise you, you personally are helping my channel to continue to be successful. Thank you so much to everyone who watches my videos to the end or close to the end. That really helps. In a previous video, we used this pad folio from the Dollar Tree. And in that video, I demonstrated this cutting method to show you how we can cut through the hardboard and turn this one pad folio into multiple little folios. A lot of you left comments that you were concerned about my hands, that my hands would get worn out from constantly doing this. Well, the technique that I showed really is the technique for doing onesie twosies. And it was a technique that some of you might find helpful if you don't have a lot of cutting tools. But in case you don't know, that is not the way that I personally cut down my boards when I'm doing crafting. Those of you who have been with me for a while, you know I have one of the old school Premier guillotine cutters that we used to use back in the day in our classrooms, and I'll use that to cut a few pieces. But I am going to share with you what I really use when I'm cutting large amounts of chipboard or I need to cut stacks of paper. For those of you who are new to my channel and you haven't seen my industrial paper cutter, this is what I use whenever I'm cutting large stacks of paper or large volumes of chipboard. So when I use this, my hands are fine. The only threat to my hands are really the sharp blade that's on this machine. It is very sharp. I have actually scraped my knuckle by placing my hand underneath and sliding out some paper. So for me, that was more of a danger to my hands than using my finger blade to cut through this board. So I'm going to give you a very quick demo on how this works. Now this machine, as you can see, has a very large footprint and is very heavy. It's probably about 30 to 40 pounds. So as a paper crafter, you don't need to have this machine, and I don't want anyone rushing out to buy it thinking that you absolutely must have it. For me, it's very practical for me to have it because I do deal in very large volumes of paper and chipboard. So just make sure that if this machine looks attractive to you after I show it to you, just make sure you do your own homework. Make sure you decide whether or not this is something for you. Then make sure that you're able to self-teach on how to use this machine, because what I'm about to show will just be an overview. It will not be the be-all, end-all to this particular machine. So just keep that in mind, that if you do purchase this, you do need to be able to self-teach. And there are a lot of YouTube videos out there on similar machines. All right, y'all, so I have adjusted my camera angle and I have my overhead camera pointed down on the actual cutter itself. And so hopefully between the two views, the one of me in the corner and the overhead, this will give you a good idea of this particular machine. So I've also deconstructed my pad folio so that we can have something to cut through. So on mine, I have this bar that slides across the top, and we have this guide here, and this helps to keep me straight when I'm cutting. So all I would need to do is twist that once I have the size set that I want to cut. And then this long arm here is what lifts the blade up and down. And then at the back you have this handle that you turn to raise the blade up and down, and then to lock everything into place so that it will hold when you're ready to cut it. All right, y'all, in the upper left-hand view, you will see my third camera. So basically what I'm trying to do is give you 3 angles so that you can see what I'm doing as I'm doing it. So here on the side, you're going to have this red bar. This is actually where the blade is going to hit when it's cutting. And on that red bar, you're going to have a groove, and that is the actual position where the blade will hit. And you'll be able to see the blade come down as I lower the handle. And then all we do is squeeze. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take one of my templates, and I'm using the 3-inch template, and I am simply going to line it using the cut groove on the red bar as my line up point, and then we slide this over, and I'm simply going to lock it into place by turning the knob. Slide that out. Now I can take my book, and I'm actually going to take the book and put it in like this. Trying not to hit that side camera. So I have my book in, as you can see, and I'm just turning my handle down, and I'm going to turn it until I feel some resistance, getting it nice and tight. Now I can take this piece and cut. Hopefully that didn't shake my table camera too much. And there's that one cut piece, and there is the folder size that I actually want to work with. So I am going to turn it and do it on the opposite side. So we'll put that in. We're going to take this and just bring it all the way down, getting it nice and tight. And then I'll take my handle and just pull. Now I can loosen this, raise that blade to the point where I will not cut my hand, slide that out, and now I have these two 3-inch pieces that I can use on a project, and then I have this little booklet here. I'm actually going to take this and cut it in half. So now I'm going to take my 5-inch template, scoot this back, put my template in, line it up, get this nice and tight. I hope y'all are finding this helpful. I don't know if some of you have ever wanted to invest in this machine, but hopefully this will help you. So now I'm going to take my book and I'm going to open it like this, and we're going to slide it in. And I'm just going to twist that bar to lock everything into place. And then I'll bring my handle down and just cut. And I'll slide it up. And now I have these two awesome books that I'm going to be able to work with. But I also need for my paper to line up with the book. So all I'm going to do at this point, I'm just going to scoot this over just a little bit so that my paper will fit in the book without hanging over the end. So I'm just going to squeeze that. I'll take this whole pad, put it in, and now I'll just bring down my handle and cut through that pad. And now I have this stack of paper that I'll be able to use on another project. And then I have my nice pad cut. So then I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to put it in. Line that up. bring this down. And then I'm going to cut. Now we have this piece. And y'all, we can create another little booklet using what I just cut. All right, y'all, in case you didn't know, now you actually know this is how I cut large volumes of chipboard and stacks of paper. But in the meantime, I hope that you have enjoyed this behind the scenes inside look at how I actually cut large volumes of this and large volumes of that. If you have enjoyed this video, and I hope you have, please hit that like button. If you are not a subscriber to my channel, I would love to have you join this amazing online crafting family. You guys, as always, please be safe, be kind, be the reason someone smiles today. Happy crafting, and we'll chat later. Bye.